Hi guys, I'm live. Sorry for the blurriness. I don't know what makes the camera blurry like that sometimes. But anyway, I want to talk about classical music composition a little bit today. Not that I'm Mozart or something, but I just want to. It just doesn't get talked about very much, I don't think, for guitarists. People learn heavy metal solos and stuff, but people don't talk about the theory that makes up those solos, or at least the classical music from which a lot of the solos come from. And I just want to talk about classical music theory for a second. So anyway, let's start. Let's say I'm in C major, so we're using all the white keys on the piano, and the first thing there is if you're using all the white keys and you're in C major, it's really all you have to do to play in A minor, which is the relative minor of C major, because it's a minor third down. A is a minor third down from C, and a minor key of the minor third down from the major key is the relative minor of the key. If you're in C major, all you have to do to play in A minor is emphasize A more than you emphasize C, and maybe put a G sharp or maybe even an F sharp in there, because the G sharp indicates an A harmonic minor, whereas a G sharp in C major wouldn't really fit very well. Unless you meant A flat, which could be a C harmonic major, but for the most part, classical composers played major scale and altered. Usually it's a minor scale, but they alter. But anyway, you can make it A minor just by emphasizing A more than C and throwing in a G sharp, maybe an F sharp as well. And then you might want to go to another key. Well, the first easiest thing to do is go, if you're in C major, is go either up or down a fifth, because that only involves one sharp or one flat, depending on which way you go. So let's say you want to modulate to G major. That's one sharp more than C major, so you just went up a sharp. And then once you're in G major, you can emphasize the E minor as well, because that's E minor is the relative minor of G major. And then if you want to emphasize the E minor even more, put a D sharp, or C sharp as well, and there you can go from C major to E minor. And that's a really cool thing. Mozart did that kind of thing a lot. Didn't always start on C, but he would start on a major key and go up a major third and play a minor key on that, up a major third from the major key he started on. That's even in the movie Amadeus, where the guy that played Mozart in Amadeus, and toward the end when he was dying and Salieri was transcribing for him, he said, Mozart said, what key did I end up in? And Salieri said F major. And so Mozart thought for a minute and said, A minor, tonic to dominant. There's the real fire, he said. So and A minor is the major third above F major. And then he would say to Salieri, do you have me? Do you have me? In other words, does he understand him? So that's a really common thing and cool thing. But then one more thing you can do, starting at C major, you can also go to F major. That's only one flat, because F major has one flat, and one flat more than C, which has no sharps or flats. But then once you're in F major, you can play D minor as well. So you can emphasize the D minor by playing more emphasizing D than F, and also by playing a C sharp, or maybe even a B natural. Both of those helping to indicate D minor as opposed to F major. So from C major, you can also go up a whole step to the minor key, a whole step above, such as A major, such as C major to D minor. That's another cool thing you can do. So within just what I said, within just going from just using the relative minor key when necessary, and going and only by modulating up or down by one sharp or flat, you've already got 6 keys you can work with, and you haven't even done that much. You have C major, you have A minor, you have G major, you have E minor, you have F major, and you have D minor. So just with those 6 keys, you haven't stretched it so far that it sounds weird or bad, but yet you have a lot of material under your fingers. You you can use to make some cool music. And then of course you don't have to start on C major like I did for this discussion. You could be in B flat major for all I know. Then in that case you could use G minor as the relative minor, or you can go up to F major, or D minor, which is be going up a sharp from B flat major, or you could go to E flat major, or C minor, the relative minor in E flat major. Yes. So and that would give you 6 keys if you started in B flat major. You'd have B flat major, you'd have G minor, you would have F major, D minor, E flat major, and C minor. So just a little talk about classical music theory. It doesn't get talked about that much for some reason. I don't know if it's because people don't understand it enough to talk about it. Because usually people that talk about things they understand. Maybe nobody really gets it enough to understand it enough to talk about it. Or I don't know why else they wouldn't. But I like classical music theory. I've been studying music theory for a long time, and I just thought I'd give you guys a little. And none of this tells you what to play. I'm not telling you what to do with this information or telling you what to play. But what I do when I improvise is I just make melodies out of the scales I think I like, and then I know the patterns. And sometimes I play fast, like shredding style, and sometimes I play more like I just want the notes to hang on and make a beautiful melody out of it. So don't forget. Beethoven's Ninth Symphony wasn't that the melody that gets repeated a lot in that from that symphony isn't really fast, but it's beautiful. It gets hummed by Hans Gruber in Die Hard and played on the Die Hard soundtrack. It gets played by Richie Blackmore in Rainbow live in Munich 1977, where he literally plays Beethoven's Ninth Symphony for a song called Still I'm Sad. And just, a beautiful melody can go a long way. So, love you guys. Peace, rock and roll.